Ooh, I'm super excited to talk about this guy. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about defensive back Mike Sainristil from Michigan and the Washington Commanders' 50th overall pick from this past draft. A lot of sources, including one of the greatest coaches in college football history, if not the greatest coach in college football history, Nick Saban, calling him the best pound for pound player in the draft. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so we greatly appreciate it if you can help me reach that goal as soon as possible. Your man Juan Gotti's back, and I'm on one today because I am excited. I got the new camera working, and Mike Sainristil is a dog. I'm happy, man. Make sure y'all like this and subscribe and all that great stuff. Let's get straight to it.
Off field, left. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's love again now. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so again, like you heard in the intro, the Washington Commanders drafted with the 50th overall pick Mike Sainristil, and he's honestly, like Nick Saban said, probably the best overall player in the draft, not named Caleb Williams. Nick Saban went out and said that he's the best player, even including Caleb Williams. But I'm quite not ready to add that just because of how important the quarterback position is. I don't want to say he's better than Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, but according to Nick Saban, again, this guy is amazing. He's a part of that Michigan defense that won the national championship this past year. And I know, I understand. A lot of people want to put asterisks by Michigan championship because of, the cheating thing with John Harbaugh and all that. I understand that totally. Look, you're not going to get me to talk a lot about that because I'm not a college head. So I don't really know about college that much until these guys get ready to enter the draft and get ready to come to the pros. That's when I start to do my research. But, I watched a little bit about what was going on with Michigan and stuff like that. But you ain't going to get me to, kind of act as if a player isn't good because of some type of cheating scandal. That is, to me, I don't really care about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with the Astros, not to go off topic, but you ain't going to get me to say Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman. You ain't going to get me to tell me none of those guys trash because of some trash cans. You see what I did there? You ain't going to get me to do that. Same thing with them, bro. So Mike Sainristil was a leader on that defense, absolute dog, playing everywhere. Every single play that I seen from this guy and from Michigan, you always seen him around the ball. You always seen him making plays. He's that slot demon that we've been missing, dog. Remember, like I said in my earlier video, a lot of content creators and a lot of you guys out there were commenting so much in the years past about Washington's defense and how we've been missing a slot corner. Again, we've tried to cover that up with Danny Johnson, you know what I'm saying, and we decided to put Benjamin St. Juste in the slot, even though we know that was a horrible experiment, you know what I'm saying. So we never really had that guy, that slot guy that we've been needing, and that is solely for that position. I remember a couple years ago, Mike Hilton was out there in free agency, of course. Washington being Washington at the time, we did not go get Mike Hilton. And I think he ended up going to the Bengals or something like that. So we now officially have our Mike Hilton. And that is going to be absolutely huge for, this day and age of slot receivers. We need somebody that's going to be able to keep up with these fast AF wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? So I like that pickup. He's 5'10", 182, but he's compact. I understand he's small in height, but in muscle and stuff like that, he's strong, and he's not afraid to go ahead and hit. He's not afraid to go ahead and put his nose in the backfield when he sniffs out a run play. You can send him on some cornerback blitzes. Remember, we sent Kendall Fuller on cornerback blitzes. He's the perfect guy to go ahead and send him on a cornerback blitz because not only is he closer to the line of scrimmage most of the time, but he's much more fast and athletic than Kendall Fuller, especially at the age that Kendall Fuller was at now. So this guy can do it all. But if you don't trust my word from it, not only can you take Juan Gotti's word for it, not only can you take Dan Quinn's, Adam Peters' word for it, nor can you take Nick Saban's word for it, or Nick Saban's word for it. If that's not enough for you, let's read this article and just talking about Mike Sainristil. So he says the Washington Commanders. This is reporting from SI.com. The Washington Commanders 2024 NFL Draft class, highlighted by the number 2 overall pick and Heisman winner quarterback Jaden Daniels, is widely considered a successful draft. They got a steal of a pick with the defensive tackle Jerzon Newton at pick 36, but an underrated pick for the Commanders is Michigan's cornerback Mike Sainristil at 50. There is a very good chance that the 5'10", 182-pound defensive back is starting slot day one for the Commanders defense. After being drafted by the Washington Commanders, the national championship winning defensive back had the opportunity to explain to fans what to expect from his game. This is per Mike Sainristil, aka Frozone, as he goes by on social media. He says, "I'm definitely just the complete package. I grew up watching football a certain way, and that's the brand of football I still play to this day." So basically, you know, what he's saying is he grew up watching football, you know, when it was football, okay? Not no two-hand touch, you know what I'm saying? Not where they trying to change the league. He grew up watching Ray Lewis and, you know, Brian Urlacher, Sean Taylor. Maybe he got a little bit of Sean Taylor, I don't know. And Ed Reed, and you know, when football was football, essentially is what he's trying to say, you know. So he grew up during the time where you could hit, where you could, you know, be a defensive back. You know, nowadays you can't even touch the receiver without getting flagged. Essentially what he's trying to say. He says, "I still play football that same way to this day. Very, very intellectual. I'm a complete football player," Sainristil explained. "Whatever's asked of me, I'm going to do. Whatever the coaches need me to do, I will do to my best of ability. I'm a guy that's just looking to make an impact on the field, where that is. Doesn't matter to me whether it's on special teams, defense, or even offense. So wherever I'm needed, whatever the coaches need me to do, I'm going to do it. I'm bringing leadership, and I'm bringing a winning mindset." Love to hear it. I love to hear it. The first thing that I think about him when I hear that is an unselfish guy. I call them the Terry McLaurin. Now, why do I call those guys the Terry McLaurin? Remember, Terry McLaurin is one of the first guys on our team, going back to 2019, that has had that mindset ever since. And that don't matter if Terry was a part of that 3-13 team or constant 7-10s and a revolving door at quarterback. Terry has always had that same mindset as, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be the guy for my team and be available for my team. Remember, not to make it about Terry, but again, I call all these guys Terry McLaurin because he's the prime example. Remember, Terry, coming out of college, he didn't expect to be a wide receiver for real. He said, look, I was gonna be the best special teams player ever. You know what I'm saying? He looked up to what's his name? Slater for the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? One of the best special team gunners of all time. He said that's what he was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because he said all he wanted to do was play football. That mindset, that unselfishness got Terry to where he is today. And I could very well see that for a lot of these guys, including Mike Sainristil. That's another thing that a lot of people that don't recognize it about sports. Yeah, you want to be the guy. You want to be the man. You want to be the poster child. Of course, everybody wants to be Patrick Mahomes. Everybody want to be LeBron James, Mike Trout, and Alex Ovechkin. Everybody want to be those guys. But it's always the other guys that actually thrive. That is a key component to your success. Your six mans, your Lou Williamses, James Harden's with the Thunder. Like, it's always those guys that you cannot win without. So even if Mike Sainristil, you know what I'm saying, wasn't getting high praise from Nick Saban, wasn't getting high praise from Dan Quinn and stuff like that, and he didn't win a national championship, I still would feel confident about the pick, just basically sold off of what he just said in his interview with SI.com. Now, the winning mentality and the national championship that he won is an added on cherry on top, because we need winners. Along with attitude, we do need winners. So to hear him say that he's bringing that winning mentality to Washington is just yet another guy that is added to it. Jaden Daniels bringing winning mentality, got the Heisman, and he played in the SEC and had some success at LSU. Let's see who else. Who else do we have that's bringing Bobby Wagner on this roster in total that's bringing winning mentality. I wonder if Khaleke Hudson, I doubt it, but I wonder if Khaleke Hudson played with Mike Sainristil. Maybe he was a junior or senior when he was a freshman. I'm not sure. Just thinking off the top of my head. But we got a couple guys that has the winning mentality, or at least been around winning or. So it's great to hear it, and it's great to see that we have such a mature and such a class act draft class in a sense. Not one guy strikes me as a selfish guy, and that's going from Jaden Daniels all the way until Jordan McGee or whoever the last pick was for us. These guys seems ready. A lot of these guys seem like they could be playing for the Washington Commanders, if not day one, for sure by the end of the season on to the next. I think a lot of these guys can end up making a roster. I even made a video about Chiggy Anusium, who's an undrafted free agent who I think has a real good shot at making this roster. You know? So that should just go ahead and show you like the kind of competition and the kind of roster that we're building. This guy is going to be a dog, Mike Sainristil. I truly think that. But to continue on with the article, sorry I got sidetracked. This after completing a 15-0 season with the Michigan Wolverines en route to a national championship victory, it's proven Sainristil is going to play winning football. He totaled 44 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 1 pick six interception for 2 touchdowns. Or 2 pick six interceptions for 2 touchdowns. He also had 6 pass defended during the title win campaign. With the Commanders looking to turn things around after a 4-13 season, bringing in a proven winners, willing to do whatever it absolutely takes to win, even then Sainristil knows where he is best fit within the defense, preferring to play in the slot. He quoted this: "Yeah, I want to play the inside. That's where I make my money. That's where I'm very comfortable. I have the flexibility to play anywhere on the field outside corner," Sainristil explained. "And I have the knowledge to play safety as well. So again, whatever the coaches need me to do, I'm going to do it. But put me in the slot. Put me in the slot corner position. Let me cause havoc." So he wants it. You know what I'm saying? Again, and that's what I love about this regime has already made me more excited than Ron Rivera ever could, honestly, because we're finally targeting weaknesses that Washington has had for so long. Like, we got linebackers and we got a slot corner all in one offseason. Something that Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio couldn't do in 4 years. Essentially, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm super excited, because we got guys specifically for certain roles. And yeah, they drafted Quan Ma last year, but looking now on it, Quan Ma is more of a safety that can play slot if need be. He's more of a slot that can play safety. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. But to continue on, again, Sainristil is the ideal draft pick. He's eager to learn and develop while understanding where he's best going to be produced within the defense. He's a selfless winner capable of making huge plays with Washington headed into the new era. Sainristil is a seamless fit both on the field and personality. He quoted this: "I'm 100% ready to be coached up very well, ready to take all the coaching and all the gems and all the constructive criticism," Sainristil said. "I'm ready for the hard days as well. It's not going to be easy every single day, and I'm going to be just ready to be coached by a great group of guys and ultimately have success with this group. So I'm super excited." There's no lack of hunger for the new Commanders cornerback. Overall, the franchise seems to not have only added incredible contributors on the field, but talent that has personalities built to improve and shift the culture in the nation's capital. Sainristil is going to help transform the team's culture, and coming in ready to work will help prolong his NFL career and eventually earn a second contract. So again, we could go on and on. The article was long, but I feel like that right there was the most important to read, to not only learn about what it is that he can bring to the Washington Commanders, but just to give you guys an idea of what kind of person Mike Sainristil is. Again, not to keep gassing up this draft class, but I think it's worth gassing up. And I know a lot of y'all are scarred, PTSD, Asperger's syndrome, and whatever they call that thing. I don't know. I think that's what they say. I understand you guys. I get it. A lot of y'all are like, man, I'm waiting to see it. Because that's how I am with the quarterback position. As hyped as I am about Jane Daniels, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just waiting to see him with the quarterback position. But as far as everything else, defense goes, I'm ready. And I think we're going to be good. Because Dan Quinn coached up one of the best defenses, you know, in the last couple years with Dallas. Now, I know Dallas and playoff success is still a thing, and it's a yearly tradition with them sucking in the playoffs, which is good to see. But we cannot ignore that the last couple of regular seasons, they have not had really good defensive regular seasons, and it's coached up by Dan Quinn. So the defense side of the ball gives me comfortability like no other. Okay? And then you add Bobby Witt Jr., who's there to finally getting this shot after 18 seasons. I'm excited about defense. I don't know about you, but that's all I got for y'all right now in regards to Mike Sainristil. I might do a film breakdown on him when I get some film that isn't going to copyright me, and then we could see him in action. You can hear less of my mouth and more of Mike Sainristil on the field. So that should be coming to your doorsteps here soon. Just keep, post notifications turned on. Keep watching the videos, keep supporting the Washington Commanders, because we back up, baby. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed one. Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday and your rest of y'all weekend. As always, me and boy Wine Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all have a blessed one. See y'all later. I'm out. Peace.